Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us in our first luxury webinar for 2023. The year for most of the agents that I've met and talked to over the last few weeks has got off to a cracking start. So long may that continue. I hope you're going to be better equipped as a result of this webinar to sell even more luxury in the future. So hopefully that will help, and it'll open a few windows or doors to areas that maybe you haven't thought about. We have 5 amazing suppliers, all keen to update you on their latest news, their products and their destinations. Let's welcome them one by one on screen. First of all, please welcome Steve Stewart, the UK Marketing Manager for Eagles Palace. Hello, Steve, are you well?
I'm even well. I once I've switched the unmute button on, Simon. Yes.
I have trouble turning mine off, apparently, so don't worry. Next we have Elenia Coco, the Head of Business Development at Sardinia 360. Hello, Elenia.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you, and thank you for joining us. You have a lovely background. So
yeah, that's the capital of Sardinia. Yeah, so I thought to give a little bit of a peek on where we can organize our tour. So
that's beautiful. It looks lovely. We're now going to go back over to Greece, from Greece to Italy and back to Greece now. Please, a big shout out to Penny now from Domes Resorts. Hello, Penny, are you well?
Hello, very good. Nice to be back here with you.
Yes, and we do like a bit of Greek luxury, which is always good. So that's what we like. Next, please, Nisa Ford, the Senior Global Sales Manager for the Cheval collection. Hello, Nisa.
Hi, Simon. Good to see you again.
Thank you, and you too, obviously. And I know we can't say this. Well, I can. I'm going to say it because I don't care. But even though it's now nearly March, Happy New Year to anyone who I've not wished a Happy New Year to.
Happy New Year, Simon.
Yeah, thank you very much. And last but by no means least, it's I haven't seen him since Monday. Please welcome Peter Green from the Malta Tourism Authority. Peter, are you well?
It wasn't even Monday, it was Tuesday, Simon.
It was Tuesday.
shows you where you've been,
right.
Here, there, and everywhere this weekend, isn't it? So yes, no, fabulous. I'm all good, thank you. I hope you're well.
Yeah, no, I am. Thank you very much. Okay, so just so everyone knows how it's going to work, each of our suppliers today is going to give a live 10-minute presentation. If you have questions, and I honestly do want you to ask questions, because it helps, especially if they're ones that people don't often have, or something that you've had a client of yours ask and you want to find out about. It really is helpful for the suppliers to know. And if we pose them something they don't know the answer to, all the better, because they'll come back to you at a later stage via email or whatever with the answer to that question. So please do ask questions. We need you to use the Q&A function to do that as we go along. Any that we don't answer, and there will be some, I'm sure, because we're only going to ask a couple to the suppliers after each session. So any that are unanswered, we will follow up with and pass them on to the suppliers, and they'll come back to you with them as well. Each presenter is also going to announce a competition prize, which is very generous of them. And to win that prize, they'll ask a question. The answer will be found within their presentation as you go along. So a bit like when we do bingo live, listen carefully and for your chance to be able to answer the question. It won't be hidden. I'm sure some of them will make it very obvious what it is, but who knows? Maybe they won't. Maybe they won't. Who knows? So you'll need to enter that, which is travelbulletin.co.uk/webinar competition. If you haven't got that, or I'm speaking too quickly, which is often the case, then I will repeat that a bit later on. So you've got until Sunday at 4 to win or put your sort of name in the hat in terms of entering today's webinar competition. We have up for grabs today, we've got gift bags, we've got shopping vouchers, we've got complimentary hotel stays, and we have an amazing fam trip place to Sardinia. So there's lots going on, and so listen carefully to be in with the best chance of winning. Okay, if I can ask everyone else accepting Steve to sort of mute themselves and turn their cameras off, and then we will start with Eagles Palace. Okay, fantastic, Steve. Right, Steve's going to do his 10-minute presentation. I will leave you in peace, Steve, and I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Right, okay then, Simon. We're on slideshow, we're on slideshow. How do I get rid of this? Right, good. Is that all working okay, Simon? Let's hope so. Right, good afternoon, everyone.
It's not on full. Oh, yep, you're good. You're good.
We're on
Sorry.
full screen. Right, good. Okay, thank you. We're always getting the technical itches. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Steve Stewart. I'm the UK Market Manager for Eagles Palace and Eagles Villas in Halkidiki. Just to start off, key information to help you all in selling these beautiful iconic resorts. If you find our online B2B sales manuals, if you visit torhotelgroup.gr, click on hotels and you click on Eagles Palace or Eagles Villas, and there you can find full information about all the hotels, including board plans, details of the bars, dress codes and all the restaurants. Plus as well, what all the luxury agents tell me they really like is they can find room plans available for all the room categories, whether it's in the hotel or in the villas, including this beautiful villa here, which you can see before you. Okay, so please remember that B2B sales manuals available from torhotelgroup.gr. Now, Eagles Palace and Villas are up in Halkidiki. Everyone knows it now, the Three-Fingered Peninsula up in northern Greece. Flights into Thessaloniki. Thessaloniki is about here. And there's a small little hotel called the Sani Resorts, which you'll find around about here. Now, transfer time between the two is almost identical. It's about an hour and a half to get from Eagles Palace and Villas to Thessaloniki Airport, and it's about the same time as get to the Sanis. But when you go into the Eagles, you're actually transferring through these beautiful pine forests, and down to your right-hand side, you see the blue ocean, sandy beaches and everything. So the journey goes very, very quickly. And once you get to the Eagles, you know, it's a very, very different place than to the big mega resort, which is the Sani Ecos, which a lot of people often associate with Halkidiki. So Eagles Palace, it's one of the iconic hotels really of Greece now. It's 50 years young this year. There's three sort of parts to it. There's the hotel, which is here on the left-hand side, the Eagles Palace. There are the Eagles Palace bungalows. Now, the bungalows can actually be interconnected. You can have actually up to three that can interconnect, which may be suitable for some of your multi-families or multi-generational big bookings that you get. And then there's also the villas up on the hill. Now, the palace, it's got this huge beach frontage, blue flag beach to it. This is the beach bar here, and down to this end is the kids club. Now, the kids club is a white label kids club operated by Scott Dunn. Eagles Palace is one of the few hotels, well, in Europe, basically, which has got Scott Dunn working with them. One of the other ones in Greece is Dios in Crete, which some of you may know. But from this, we've got children's facilities, children's clubs, which are run to UK standards, and it's a full range from little toddlers right up to teenagers. For the teenagers, you've got water sports and things which take advantage of the wonderful location of Eagles. Up on the hillside, these are the villas. Now, Greece being Greece, when the villas were built about 6 years ago, they were built with a separate license. So it means that the Eagles Villas has got its own reception, its own buffet restaurant, its own public pool, and it's connected between the two by a walkway. And this is over a walkway over a very quiet rural road in Greece. You know, it's really very little traffic. But anyway, to get between the two, if you don't fancy the walk, there is a 24-hour golf buggy service. Takes you up there. All the villas, there's about 42 of them in total. All the villas have got sea views, all have got the private pools, and all the pools are heated in low season. The main pool in the Eagles, it's got a swim-up bar, which a lot of people enjoy. And what also a lot of people enjoy with Eagles are down here on the umbrellas, you'll find a little button, and you can press the button and the waiters will come down and serve the drinks to you while you're lying there on your sunbed, which is really quite fantastic. There's a range of water sports, as I mentioned, on offer in Eagles Palace and Villas, including boats for hire. You can have a crew yacht, you can have a skipper yacht, you can have a yacht that bareback if you've got your skipper's licenses. And there's all these little islets to explore across in the bay in front of the Eagles, including this islet here of Sardinia, where Eagles do offer their own sort of desert island experience, which I'll tell you a bit more about later on. Now, Eagles itself, as I said, it's 50 years young, the hotel. It really is a classic hotel, classic decor inside, range of rooms from double rooms. There are family suites within the hotel and also junior suites. And there are 2 rooms within the hotel which have got private pools, and there is also a range of sea view rooms. If you want a top tip, I would always go for the bungalow rooms because you've got a bit more space. As I said, some of them can interconnect, and you get some with their swimming pool as well. And they are much closer to the beach, which is really, as I said, a focal point of Eagles Palace and Eagles Villas. In the daytime, it's a very enjoyable place to spend time, you know, enjoying water sports, you know, just sometimes relaxing, or dipping in and out to the Greek taverna to enjoy some fantastic Greek food. In the evenings, if your clients want a private dining experience, that can be arranged on the jetty to just sit there under the stars. And there are actually 6 restaurants on offer between Eagles Palace and Villas. There's the 2 half-board restaurants, there's a steakhouse, there's this a la carte restaurant, there's a European restaurant, and a beach bar. Now, the executive chef has got 2 Michelin stars, and you can imagine yourself sitting there dining, enjoying the view out to the islet of Miliana. Now, to get to Miliana, you can get a public boat from the town of Ouranopolis, which is about 2 kilometres south of Eagles. We do run shuttle buses between the 2. Or you can take the private yachts and the boat cruises that Eagles offer across the islet and then down here to the islet of Sardinia, which is one I mentioned, where you can get your own desert island experience. So again, if you've got some multi-generational groups, I've got a big wedding anniversary or a big birthday, why not offer them a chance to spend the day, food is provided by Eagles, across on Little Islet. So up to the villas itself, as I said, it's a distinct property between Eagles, but of course customers in the villas can use all the facilities in the palace. But because all the pools are private, you've got private pools there. The hotel does have its own large swimming pool, which is very quiet. If anyone wants to do some sort of serious swimming, you can do. Beautiful decor throughout. There is a half-board restaurant up there. Dining options for the villas, you've got half-board, you've got half-board dining around, and they've also got a semi-all-inclusive option called the Bon Vivant program, Bon Vivant. So it means that you've got drinks included all day long, but not meals included all day long. You just eat meals at meal time. There's 2 spas. There's a spa in the villas, and there's also a spa down in the palace itself, which is about 3 times the size. And another top tip, if you want to enjoy the sunsets, go up to the bar at Eagles Villas and enjoy the sunset from that elevated view. The villas themselves, they range in size from sort of junior suite size right through to 3-bedroom presidential villas. They're called villas, but the only catering facilities are a hot water tap, a coffee machine, and a wine cooler. Somebody said to me at the Travel Bulletin workshop in Reading the other week, what more do you need? And yeah, they're just absolutely beautiful, the villas, and a superb addition to the luxury market in Greece. And that, I think, is the view that we all want to be staying in. And new for this year as well, to sort of enhance the offerings in Eagles, there's a range of experiences on offer, from visits to local vineyards, visits to traditional villages up in the mountain, to this thing, which is very, very unique, which is a women's agritourismo cooperative who will come into the hotel and provide cooking lessons for your customers while they're there. So really what it does give you with Eagles is a whole range of options, as I said, much more friendly, much more personable than the mega resorts, which you'll often associate Halkidiki with. You've got the 2 hotels, which combined gives you the one iconic resort. You've got room types for all, from double rooms right through to the presidential villas that sleep up to 3. All the pools are heated in low season. There's fantastic children's clubs activities, right through from little ones, right through to teenagers with water sports, all run by Scott Dunn on a white label basis. And there is the all-inclusive or the Bon Vivant program on offer just for the villas. But for guests from the villas and the palace, there is the half-board dining around option. And for something unique, you can offer your customers the desert island experience, or new for this year, we're offering Eagles experiences where you can do things like learn how to cook like a local. All that information is on the online sales manual. Do come and visit us. We'd love to see you there. And just drop me a note whenever with any queries. Okay, thank you very much for your attention, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Don't go anywhere, Steve. I've got a couple of questions for you. Thank you so much. That was top notch, not only in terms of delivery, but timing as well. Perfect timing. I'm sure that everyone will be led by your example, which is great. Couple of questions for you. Paul Smith asks, in terms of accessibility, how accessible for those with any mobility impairment?
Absolutely no problem at all, Paul. Because it's very much a family focused hotel, then it's obviously easily accessible for anyone with buggies. We've got the golf buggy service that will run you up to the villas if you've got customers staying in the villas. From that, you come down into the palace, walk through the upper floor of the palace, down in the lift, and you're down onto the beach area. And we have had a customer come to the villas the last few years who's actually paraplegic. So I know from experience that that can be catered for. But do obviously let us know, and we can do our utmost for your clients.
Fantastic. Okay. I've got another one from Lynn Barham. She asks, would you recommend pre-arrival booking for the Drenier Island experience?
It depends on the time of year, really. You know, July and August, then yes, obviously when the hotel's at maximum, then yes, I would recommend that. But please do send me an email and we can make sure that's arranged, especially as it is going to be probably a special occasion for one of your clients. Then absolutely we can do that for you.
Okay. One more tiny thing, this is just out of interest from me. In terms of you've got a couple of different experiences for people on half board and or semi all inclusive or whatever. Is it across the two sites? Can you mix and match?
The restaurants are across the two sites, yes. And if you're doing the half board dining around, whether you're in the palace or in the villas, then yes, you can dine in all the restaurants, except the different half board restaurants, so to speak. So if you're on half board in the palace, you can use the buffet restaurant there, but you can't, even doing dine around, you can't use the buffet restaurant up in the villas.
Right, okay.
But the Bon Vivant program, or the semi-all-inclusive, as you called it, then that is for all restaurants, except, again, the buffet restaurant within the palace itself.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you ever so much. If you can now share with us details of your competition prize and the question, Steve.
So the prize is a £50 John Lewis gift voucher, and the question is, what is the name of the all-inclusive option that is available for guests staying in the Eagles Villas? So what is the name of the all-inclusive option for guests staying in the Eagles Villas?
Fantastic. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you for that training session, and we'll see you at the end to wave everyone goodbye.
Thanks, bye.
Thanks a lot. Okay, super stuff. Okay, next we're off to Italy now. Well, an Italian island anyway. Please welcome Elenia Coco from Sardinia 360. Elenia, I will leave you to wow our agents with your product.
Fantastic. Let me just put the timer so like that I don't I've got the time wrong. I'm gonna share the screen with you. Just give me 1 second. Can you see okay? Can you see the screen? Yeah?
All good.
Perfect. So let me just put it there. All right, perfect. So thank you very much for being here. It's a pleasure to be here again and wearing different hat from the previous one. This beautiful picture is Cagliari, is the capital of Sardinia, and I thought to start with the main city on the island. Just a few information about who we are. We became through Sardinia 360 was born in 2013. The DMC shortly after, but we have a longer history than that. We're going to be 10 years old this year, but the actual owner, the dad of the actual owner, actually was one of the founders of the Costa Smeralda, which is the fantastic, VIP destination, jet set destination that we all, I'm sure we are familiar with. And so they basically were the first people to really create the Costa Smeralda. So they know a little bit about what is luxury holidays. Just some quick information regarding where Sardinia is located. The little red island here is Sardinia, so in the Mediterranean area. We got 3 main international airports that you can use that directly fly with the UK. Cagliari is here in the south. That's the main city in Sardinia. Then we got northwest Alghero, a Catalan city with a lot of Spanish flavor. And then we have here Olbia, which is the main airport to be use to reach Costa Smeralda. As I said earlier, we are really familiar with amazing exclusive services because we were born within one of the most exclusive area in Sardinia, in fact. So we can really cater and provide for all the different type of exclusive services that you saw there in the images. But today, what I wanted to do was just to focus on the most exclusive part of the hotel that we have, and not only hotel, because later on I'm going to show you a little bit different. So here we got all the hotel of the group. There are 8 of them that are directly owned or directly managed by the group. And what we're going to focus today is the 2 5-stars. So one is here in the here, and the other one is in the north of Sardinia. So I'm going to show you some images now. So this is the 5-star hotel that we have in the north of Sardinia, 35 minutes driving from the main airport. As you can see, it's all nicely blended. I mean, the building are not all nicely blended with the environment. They really complement each other, I think. And these are some of the pictures that I'm going to show you about the hotel. We're not focused only on the hotel today. We just focus on the DMC products. Junior suite with private pool, fantastic sunset views. And this is the hotel that I wanted to show you, the other 5-star hotels. So the property has 2 5-star hotels that we own or manage directly. And behind those pine trees, there is a fantastic 5 kilometers wide sandy beach, really beautiful. And on the other side, opposite the beach, there is a 80-hole golf course. Moment, because we are undergoing refurbishment. It's going to be open this year, May, yeah, if you want, I can send you some further information about it. I'm going to send you some emails with more information. So as I said, we have we own very well all the most exclusive parts of Sardinia. We also own 1 Michelin star restaurant as well. It's part of the group. So we know really what should be offered to complement the most discerning clients. So we got also some exclusive villas that we can provide, and these are all the services that are but today I just also wanted to focus not only on the luxury sort of a material part of what luxury is, in fact, not just the 5-star hotels, fantastic service, but also on in a sort of less material part of luxury. So really try to to show you Sardinia from a different point of view. Yes, it's an amazing island with a lot of beautiful beaches. That's for sure. But also we are an island that really have been blessed with nature as well, and some very, very, very old and ancient traditions. Some archaeology are fantastic for the wine. So let's see what we could do other than jump into this amazing seaside. We have an array of coal mines. They are not in use anymore, obviously, but they are scattered all over the southern part of Sardinia. They are still visited, and this is very, very, very specific because we do have we used to use a specific way of extracting the coal and take it over to mainland. So they're really worth a visit. That's the outside, this is the inside. Underground caves, they're all scattered through the island. We've got traditional villages packages where we could take you, we could take your client to the most sort of smallest, and really, like if time stopped really. This is one of the villages that we can offer, and those are part of our main. I remember when I was wearing another hat working for the Italian Tourist Board in 2016, we started a huge promotional campaign on little villages or slow tourism, and it was 2016, and now it became really important to stress out that slow tourism is a nice continuation. Obviously it evolved from there, and these little villages are part of this sort of proposal. So we do have quite a few of them. I'm going to show you some picture. Alghero is the small city that I was telling you about, has a very strong Spanish influence because we were colonized in Sardinia by Spanish for about 500 years. So beautiful city to visit. And these are some coral artifacts that you can find there. So this is another small village, part of the group of the small villages of Italy, small beautiful villages of Italy. And yes, I mean, time there is really, it really remains sort of a different time frame, I must say. This is the amazing Asinara Island that used to be a prison where really dangerous people used to be sent, like all the mafia people were sent to Asinara because it was impossible to escape. But now it's an archaeological park and has been given back to the local community. Another picture of another quirky village, part of the beautiful villages of Italy is Bosa, with the colored houses and a castle on top. Now, this is a train. Why a picture? There was a picture of this old train. An experience that we organize using not maybe this one, but very old train. They used to be used at the beginning of 1900. Why I put specifically this one? Because there is a very famous English writer, the H. Lawrence, that actually went through Sardinia using this train and actually produced a book, Sea and Sardinia. And not many things changed since then, I have to say. And this is a soul of Sardinia. This is a village in the center of Sardinia, Barbagia, where you can find a lot of different, sort of protest through wall murals, and then we can go through all the archaeological sites. That's a funny shape, but it's giant tombs. There were tombs where they used to really bury people there. A lot of archaeological sites. We're talking about Nuragic and pre-Roman era here. I'm gonna go a bit quick. Another experience, amazing, that you can find in Sardinia is the carnival, completely different from the Venice Carnival, but still an amazing experience. We are created. This is one of the masks that they use there. It's scary, but they are very nice and friendly for all the original experiences that goes from cooking classes to wine tasting, food tasting, textile workshops as well, and all the outdoor activity that you can think of. We are really blessed with an amazing nature. Sardinia hasn't been overdeveloped through the years, which is a bless. So we can really get into the most amazing off the beaten track natural experiences. And that's all for me. Well, this is me. Well, not me, the picture. This is me, the name, and the email address and the website. Keep an eye on that one. Have a look, and you can find lots of information regarding our DMC. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Elenia. I have a couple of questions for you. That was a whistle-stop tour. It was fascinating, and I think you have some amazing imagery, which is really good.
Thank you. I was speaking too fast. Oh God.
No, you were fine. You was absolutely fine.
Okay.
I've got one which is very interesting actually. Cheryl Johnson asks. She's mostly sold Sardinia for people taking short breaks, whether it be sort of 3 or 4 days, that sort of thing. Is from what you've shown us today, there is a real mixture of possibilities for accommodation as well as type of place to stay.
Yeah.
Are there mixtures that you can put forward for things like all-inclusives for families as well.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I show you only the hotel that we actually own and manage, but being a DMC, we have more than 300 contracts. So we definitely have some option for families. Sardinia is a very family-oriented place as well. And within our hotels, we also have 4-star hotel, not only 5-star hotel. Within the hotel, there is definitely an option for all-inclusive. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
also
no,
the location.
No, that's great because it looks stunning. It looks a beautiful island. So that's it. There's another one which I'm going to ask as well. From yes, Jenny asks, in terms of all of the villages that you highlight and what you've sort of showcased there, can you do them? Is it best that you hire a car, or can you do them as part of a tour? Is there anything? What's the best way to see them?
Is because they are scattered all over the island. So let's say if you have a client staying, I don't know, in a resort in Oristano, let's say, what we can do, you can have a car if you want, obviously, and you can do it yourself. But what we could do is just we combine hotels with some of this experience and excursion, and really take you from the hotel there. We always try to be as much sustainable as possible in terms of not disturbing, obviously, the locals too much. So we work with obviously local experts, and we can combine, because it's nice, yes, to see the village, but it's also nice to have a guide that tell you the story behind the village. And also there are some tours that we do, very, very small tours, or well, with maximum 10 people. So well, also you can do like a combination of wine tasting, food tasting, or also food experience, where some locals that really open the door of their houses for you, and they teach you how to do pasta or ravioli, or drinking some wine. So it's everything is tailor-made. So really we can work. There is no one village. There are many.
Sure.
There are about 10. So yeah.
No, I think that's interesting. I think what you say as well is very true. I was at a conference last September in Cordoba, and having a guide take us round and show us things and explain, and we went in like you just sort of ran through there. People open their houses and they show you their gardens, which are in little sort of internal terraces which you would never see, and it's a very personal experience, and something that I would recommend as well. So yes, great, thank you very much indeed. And yeah, can I? One's just popped up. I've just been asked. I will answer this one. Do answer it quickly, Leanne. Sorry, for yeah. Elena, if you can do. Leanne Shakespeare asks, do you have anything in terms of photography courses? That shows you the power of your imagery.
Absolutely, we can do really everything. Seriously, just drop me an email and we can do photography courses as well. Yeah. Okay,
fantastic, super stuff. Right, okay, now if you wouldn't mind, can you tell us details of your prize and the question you'd like to ask?
Right, we are offering a place on our farm trip. I can't tell you the date exactly, but it's going to be soon. And so a place on a farm trip in Sardinia, where you actually will experience some live action there. And the question is, how many 5-star hotels are directly owned / exclusively managed by Sardinia 360? How many 5-star hotels?
Okay, so for the chance for a place on a fan trip to Sardinia, I think it might be in May. I think is that right?
Might be in May. We don't know the date yet. Yeah, May.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic. And so to be in with a chance with that, do answer again. I'm going to direct you there. It won't be live until after we've finished the webinar, but it'll be on our travelbulletin.co.uk/webinar competition page on the website. So thank you again to Elenia. And we'll see you again at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Right. Okay, so we've done Greece, Italy. We're now back to Greece again. And please, obviously, Penny, are you having a lovely Thursday afternoon?
I am, especially that I'm with you again. But yeah, I'm not in Greece, unfortunately. I'm on the miserable weather of the UK. Hopefully I can travel, I can transform these thoughts in the sky and the clouds and make you think that you're in Greece.
I think that the good thing about the miserable weather in the UK, Penny, is it makes people book holidays, which is what we want.
Well,
Which is what I will leave you to it, and I'll see you in 10.
thank you very much. Hopefully we will inspire some agents to make those bookings today. So let me go full screen. Perfect. So welcome everyone. I'm Penny, and together we will go through quickly Domes Resorts at a quick glance. So these are our list of collections. For those of you that don't know, Domes is the leading lifestyle hospitality brand, and that's in Greece, but the fastest up and coming in Europe. So we have 3 collections. The first is the main one, the exclusive Domes of Elunda. I'm sure you all know it. It's our flagship. It's perfect for families as well as couples and honeymooners, and especially perfect for multi-generational families due to our villas that are up to 4 different bedrooms. Now, going to the other side of Crete, we have the immersive Domes Zinchania. This is quite the bohemian resort, also for families, but I'd say a bit more on the younger style, but really beautiful again, and also welcoming to baby mooners. Now, going to Corfu, we have the legendary Domes Miramare, an adults-only resort, which we will focus on a bit later today. And it is a great, unique location that you will see in a bit. And going to another unique location in Domes of Corfu. This experiential resort is exactly so beautiful location that I will show you and has some very exciting news to share with you today. Then we're going to go to the imposing Domes Lake Algarve. This is our first ever expansion outside of Greece. And again, we have some news to share with that one. It's the picture on the top right on your screen. Another coming soon resort is the dreamy Domes White Coast in Milos. And this will be our first ever launch in Kyklades. Hasn't officially been launched just yet, but very soon it will be. Now, going off to the Domes Resorts Narus collection, you probably know already the Domes Narus Chania. This is the cosmopolitan adults-only resort on the other side of Crete, close to the Zin that we mentioned before. Very vibrant, very fun for adults, and lots of pools, sandy beach, and fun atmosphere overall. So this concept was so successful, we thought, why not duplicate it and do it in 2 more destinations? And that's what we did. So the latest opening of Domes Resorts is the vibrant Domes Narus Cassandra. It is in mainland Greece, in Chalkidiki, similar to Steve's location, but on the other side in Kalithea. This is something that we will talk about in a bit, but trust me, this is the place to be if you're adults only and looking for just something very vibrant for your customers. Now, we are also having an unexpected surprise coming soon as well, the Domes Narus Mykonos, another one to fit this location, to this concept, and the second one to the Kyklades group of islands. So really exciting things happening. But before I move on to the hotels, we will focus only on a few today. I wanted to also tell you about the Olus collection. This is our all-inclusive collection, or as we call it, cool-inclusive. And it has 2 hotels, the eco-friendly Domes Olus Zante, our family-friendly haven, and a Natura-protected turtle sanctuary, quite unique. And of course, the lifestyle Domes Olus Elunda. This is another adults-only resort, really great lifestyle, and of course, with incredible panoramic views. So obviously, you will see moving forward that all of them have hand-picked destinations. If it's not a unique location, you won't find us there. So let's start with Domes Narus Cassandra. As I said, the latest opening of Domes. It is in Kalithea. Oops, sorry, there we go. It is in Kalithea. It's adults only and design-led, all about enjoying the finer things in life. It is in the up-and-coming lifestyle district of Chalkidiki, nearby lots of restaurants, bars, and clubs. And of course, another club of a different type is our Domes Narus Beach Club that we couldn't not bring over. Lots of beautiful sun loungers and comfortable sandy beach, and of course, turquoise waters, sunsets to die for, and of course, very spacious rooms. Now, the surprise for this year is that any new booking you make gets a complimentary upgrade to half board. So make sure you do not miss that vibe. Moving on next, we're going to the Domes Lake Algarve. As you can see, it's so beautiful. And you may think that this is actually a beach, but it isn't. It is a pool. Oops, there we go again. It is a pool, and it is surrounding our private saltwater lake. Now, the news for Domes Lake Algarve is that we're currently fully renovating it. It should be finished in a couple of weeks. So we're very excited and getting ready for the season ahead. It has the private saltwater lake, and it is surrounded by 3 pools, one of which is the sandy bottom one that I showed you in the beginning. It also has an incredible location, very close to the airport, but also 5 minutes on your left is the Falaisia Beach, which has been voted as one of the top 25 in the world. And on your right, you have 3 minutes to the Villamura Marina, only walking distance, really easy access with just your room key card. But you cannot go to the Algarve without thinking of golf, and we have that for you as well. So 6 golf courses are next to us, just under 10 minutes, and we provide a complimentary shuttle to all of them. Lots of different rooms, lots of different fun concepts are coming up this season, and you can have this resort also for, besides leisure and corporate, also for weddings and conferences, breakfast, half board or full board. Moving on next, we're going to go to the domes of Corfu. Now, as you can see already from this picture, this location is just stunning. It is surrounded by this forest, and in front of it has this golden sandy beach with turquoise waters. It's not just any beach. It has been voted as the top beach and the best one of the island of Corfu because it's very wide. There's lots of space for fun activities, water sports, and many, many more. And this is why one of our news that we're going to share with you today is that we are bringing here a great beach concept. It's going to be actually the only luxury beach concept in the island of Corfu. So we're hoping that this will be even more successful so we can develop it in other places. So it will have VIP zones, adult-only zones, family, and many more fun stuff like cupcakes, milkshakes, ice cream brought by on your sun lounger. So really exciting things happening here. But before I tell you that, it is a family resort. However, it also has an adult-only zone, as we usually do in all of our family hotels, lots of F&B venues, and some other surprises here. We have reinstated half-board dine around for any guest that is staying on an odd living room for over 7 nights. So this has been brought back because we had lots of requests. So now guests can enjoy that. But for those that don't want to go to odd living and want to stay in a living room type, we also have some extra options for you. We've brought the Half-Board Plus that guests can have some extra drinks and snacks throughout their stay. And right now it's on 50% discount, really, really low rates. So please make sure you make your bookings through up until the 15th of March so you can get the early booking discounts and the discount on the supplement. Another exciting news about this resort is that we have an arcade zone now for teenagers, fully renovated recently. And with that, we're going to Domes Miramare, again in Corfu, but this time an adults-only resort. This is truly legendary resort as it used to belong to the Onassis family, and it always hosted really VIP guests. Now, my favorite parts about this resort, it has these 3 different parts of it. On the second picture on the top, you will see the beachfront side, right next to it, the waterfront side, and right next to it, the olive grove that has been there for 400 years. However, we brought another new wing, which I'm going to show you on the next slide. It's very exciting. It has lots of great views and other facilities that I will show you. But before I get to that, make sure you also know that this resort has also reinstated the half-board dine-around. So another new for you. Half-board dine-around for all guests that are staying on an odd living room for over 7 nights. Lots of experiences here. And this is the new wing I was telling you about. It brings 69 more suites, a soma spa, a restaurant, a bar, and another outdoor swimming pool. And of course, you cannot miss our Miramareta, the yacht here that can take you around Corfu or Paxos. Moving on next, we go to the Dome Solus. Now, I'm not going to go through details on the actual hotels themselves, but I'm going to tell you all about our news. It's all about swim, eat, sip, and chill. So we are proud to present to you the cool inclusive concept. It's brand new for both of the Olus resorts, and it's a 5+1 signature F&B concept that Domes produced. And feel free to try it all philosophy. So, of course, you are in Greece. You will definitely have some sharing platters, some really nice traditional Greek recipes in a taverna overlooking at the sea. Well, we've got that. Then you will want some steak, some burgers, some show grilling. Well, you've got that. Then some Italian food, pizza, pasta, and more options. Then pita. You cannot go to Greece without a souvlaki or gyros. You get that as well. And why not get a thematic event on drinks? So, for example, this week it's Negroni, cocktails, the other is gin and tonic, and it goes on. So you get to try a bit of everything. Everyone has this accessible. But what is the +1 concept? So we call it the sun chasers, and that's where we said swim, eat, drink, and chill. Because when you're in an all-inclusive resort, all you want to do is just relax on your sun lounger and just enjoy the sun. Obviously, get some snacks in as well. But that's what this does to you. So every 1 or 2 hours, if you're just feeling a bit lazy, someone will come to you and bring you, sometimes might be a donut, sometimes might be a juice, snacks overall throughout the day that can do not have to make you stand up and get them. Another thing is that if you don't feel like going up to the buffet restaurant that we offer the lunch, you have another mini grab and go buffet lunch between the beach and the pool. That's where it's located. And there you can also have some extra snacks. So once again, this is included on both resorts of the Olus and for all room types. Before I finish off with my contact details, I just wanted to share that we also have our portal, domesresortsexpert.com. Now, this is a place where you can do lots of training, frequently asked questions, images, videos, social media content, and of course, where we do our incentive. We have an incentive running live right now. It's due to end on the 28th of February, but there might be some extension for you guys until the 15th of March. So please make sure you do some bookings and then register them at this portal so you can win a stay with us. These are my contact details and of course our reservation emails for all of our resorts. We have 11 now and we will keep growing very soon. So hopefully that was okay in time.
You know, I was keeping an eye on you, Penny. You know, I was about to appear at any point, but yes, you were good. Thank you very much indeed. I've got a couple of questions for you. Debbie Applegate asks, is there, I think you probably just answered about what you've just said about where on the portal itself, but where does she find more information on social media or whatever about the 50% off offer?
So the 50% off is not going to be on our portal because it's a limited time offer, but all the major tour operators have it loaded on their sites. And even if you were to come to us directly for a booking, we would also offer due to finish 15th of March.
Okay. One of the thing as well, Paul, who asked an accessibility question earlier, he's not asking about that this time. He's asking about twin centers. Is this, can you do sort of more than one of the resorts combined in one holiday through any of the tour operators that you deal with?
Yes. Well, all the tour operators can do that, but yes, it's one of my favorite topics to say. Yes, you can do the to Hanya, you can do Elunda and Hanya, you can do Elunda or Hanya to Corfu. So yes, you can do lots of different combinations. Okay. It's really nice. And the majority of the tour operators should be able to, if they do tailor-made, do it. But if you're having any struggles, let us know and we can help with that.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, that's great. We are pressed for time, so we have to get on with everyone's as well. So if you can do as well, can you, obviously we'll forward on any others that we've got in terms of questions coming in, as I said at the start. So now, Penny, if you can, please inform us your question and your prize.
Yes, so I tried to be very vocal about the answer of my question. Hopefully you got it. But what is the latest Domes opening, the official one that has already opened? And the prize is 3 nights to any of the Domes resorts for 2 people on half board.
Okay, that's fantastic prize. Okay, that's a 3-night stay in any of the Domes resorts. Obviously, there will be blackout periods that will apply. But obviously work around that. And it's, what is the latest Domes opening?
I don't know.
Okay, fantastic. We will see you. Thank you again. And we'll see you at the end, Penny. Thank you. Okay, it's now time to meet our next presenter. This is Nisa Ford from the Cheval collection. Nisa, are you fully inspired to give us more information about your wonderful product?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. I will leave you to it. And I'll not sort of get rid of my sound until you're happy.
Yeah, sure. I'm just going to share the screen. Right. Hopefully you can see this, Simon.
It's just loading up, I think. I've got a sort of blacked out screen at the moment.
Have you? Okay, let me try a different one, sorry.
That's all right. I think I've jinxed you by saying I'll stay here. I think that's what's happened.
I think that's exactly what's
Oh,
happened.
thanks.
Can you see this one?
Now I can see it looks like your sort of computer screen. So hold on a second, it may be loading. That looks better. The smart way
Okay.
to stay in the city.
That's it. We're on.
Okay.
Brilliant. Thank you, Simon, and hello, everyone, and a warm welcome to Cheval Collection. Now, for those of you who are not so familiar with the brand, we are an award-winning hospitality group with 13 luxury all-apartment locations in London, Edinburgh, and as of 1st of April, we are opening our doors to Dubai, which we are super excited about. So if you would like to get to know these historic and intriguing cities from a spacious apartment, muse house or penthouse with the benefit of a fully equipped kitchen, breathtaking views and obviously dedicated living spaces, then look no further than Cheval Residences. All our apartments are designed to accommodate guests for any length of stay. So we function just like a hotel. You can book us from minimum one night up to 10 years. So these apartments are perfectly situated all around London and a prime location. So they're all within walking distance to all the major tourist attraction. Ideal for multi-generational families. We're pet friendly, so little furry animals are also welcome with 24-hour concierge and gyms on site. We've been going on for nearly around 40 years, not nearly actually, we celebrated our 40th anniversary last year. Each Cheval residence or Cheval Maison, which is our second brand, has its own individual style, yet they all share the same ethos and level of service. And therefore, whenever you step into a Cheval residences, you will never, you'll never have to face the residence that you've last visited. So they all have their own individual unique characters. We have very much evolved organically over the years with 8 Cheval residences and 1 Maison in London between Kensington, Knightsbridge and the City of London, 3 additional Cheval residences in Edinburgh and the Cheval Maison in Dubai. In total, Cheval Collection operates for about 830 apartments in the 3 cities. So I'm going to just play this video, so it will give you a little bit more of an understanding of what the collection looks like. As mentioned, they're all within in the prime locations, the 800 apartments and across the 3 cities. One of the first properties that we're going to look at is Cheval 3 Keys, which I will show on the map briefly here. I'll pause. Majority of our apartments are situated in West London, so you can see 6 of them opposite Hyde Park, walking distance from Royal Albert Hall, and 2 of them are across the other side near the Tower Hill. So the Tower of London is right next to Cheval 3 Keys, and also Cheval Calico House, which is on Bow Lane next, well, pretty much a walking distance from St. Paul's Cathedral. Cheval 3 Keys, which, as I mentioned, right next to the Tower of London, we have 159 apartments ranging from 1 bed, 2 bed, 3 bed to a 5-bedroom penthouse with some breathtaking views over London. You can pretty much count up to 14 iconic landmarks from this property. So Tower Bridge, Tower of London, HMS Belfast, the Shard. All the apartments are fully equipped with everything you need. The Nespresso pots and machines are also available, and they're replenished every day as well. We provide a welcome hamper on arrival, so the longer the stay, the bigger the hamper, which allows them provision to really prepare for light breakfast. And also within the balconies, as you can see, you can enjoy those breathtaking views over breakfast as well. In terms of the food and beverage, because we're in all service apartments, we don't have food and beverage on site. However, on the ground floor of the building, we have Pour Patisserie, Pret-a-Manger, and also a Copper Club, as you can see with the igloos right in front of the river overlooking Tower Bridge. I don't think you can get any closer to Tower Bridge than that. Now, hopping across to West London, we go to, in the heart of South Kensington, we have Cheval Gloucester Park. It's 98 luxury apartments, is a short hop from the commercial districts of Mayfair, the city, and a great connection routes to the airport. The artwork throughout is designed by Vertigus Art, which is specially commissioned for the property with some unique pieces that wraps the building. All across the ground floor of the building, as you can see, there's some unique pockets of seating areas where guests can just sit down, relax, or have meetings. There's a 24-hour gym on site as well. I don't think I've ever seen anyone in there, but it's definitely good to have. Now, one of my favorite part of this building and residence is the actual 12-seater private cinema with the Ultra HD 4K definition screening. Now, that's available to cast all literally your own personal apps, as well as DVD, Blu-rays onto the screen as well. This is available for residents and is free of charge as well. Here we can see our 5-bedroom penthouse, 5 beds, 4 baths, and a beautiful rooftop terrace that overlooks West London. The products we use in there is Bulgari throughout the apartment, really soft furnishing and beautiful views of close to Harrods and Brompton Road as well. In terms of the location, again, as I mentioned, it is literally in the heart of Kensington. So you have Natural History Museum, you have the V&A, the South Kensington Shopping Parade, all on your doorstep as well. Right, now we go all the way up north to Edinburgh and Scotland, which is, we have 3 residences up here, but in particular, we are going to be looking at Cheval Edinburgh Grand today. This is superbly located in the centre of Edinburgh and within walking distance of almost the city major attractions. The property offers, it is actually housed in a restored bank. This used to be a bank, the Bank of Scotland, and the apartments range from a studio to 3-bed to a penthouse at the top floor as well. Edinburgh Waverley railway station is just 3-minute walk away, and there are endless dining options and opportunities with the restaurants there as well. 50 apartments, they're fully equipped gym as well, as you saw a minute ago, which is in the bank's former vault. Breakfast is served in a daily register club on the 4th floor, and superb afternoon teas with a range of cocktails. This is Lady Libertine as well, which is one of the bars that we've got. And on the ground floor is the renowned Hawksmoor restaurant, which is a steak and seafood that we have in the Edinburgh Grand as well. Now, in particular, why do customers like to book Cheval? We have a 24-hour concierge on site. The reservation team that's open 7 days a week. We have on-site gyms. We offer daily maid service. Like I said, we function just like a hotel. We also partnered up and teamed up with various room services and chefs around the area. And you can find them all on the actual Cheval app. So you can book or also manage reservations. You can do live messaging with the reception team. All the major tourist attraction is laid out there for you. But in particular, in terms of hometainment, we have bespoke experience in the comfort of your apartment, where we can invite chefs to come cook for you, clean, and off they go. They can also arrange any kind of parties, special arrangements for wedding anniversary, birthdays, etc. Now, last but not least, we are, as mentioned earlier on, we are opening our doors to Cheval Maison and Palm in Dubai. This is set to expand the portfolio to Middle East for the first time. And as mentioned, due to open on 1st of April, it is located on the iconic Palm Jumeirah, 131 contemporary apartments ranging from 1 to 3-bed apartments. a stunning three-bedroom penthouse on the top floor, and they provide all facility needed for, whether it's a sunshine getaway to a longer term stay. Each apartment is stylishly designed with the attraction to detail, well, the quality that is found in all our apartments, really. So this will also have a gym, 24-hour gym on the rooftop, along with the swimming pool. So watch the space on that one. Thank you. Simon, over to you.
Don't worry, I wasn't, you were worried then, weren't you? You were thinking, oh, he's not coming back. I must admit, I was chatting last night to an agent, and your properties came up because we were chatting. We were running an event in Manchester last night, and we were talking. Was talking at the end of the evening with a couple of agents, and one of them was saying, we were talking as excitement boils with chat about trains and how to get to places and how expensive they are. She was then saying she wanted to go away with her dog to Edinburgh, and you, in your, because I brought it up and I said, I don't know whether they're pet friendly or not, because I can't remember your presentation. But now you've just answered that question. So is that something that it featured in many of the properties, or is that, how does it work?
Literally all of them were pet friendly. There is just the difference would be that when they check out, the guests check out, there'll be a charge, a one-off fee that they pay. That's just because we have to get special cleaning services in to clean the apartments. It's about £120, but the rest of it is free of charge. I mean, they just pay that for the cleaning fee.
Okay. Yeah. That's fascinating, because I couldn't believe it when we were talking about it, and then one of the first things you mentioned is that. Also, there's the clamor of people who don't know about you. I've got a few people already asking, how do they book? What's the easiest way? Is it via the website? Is it by calling? What's the best way for them to get in touch with you and to get involved and commission and that sort of thing?
Yeah, sure. So unfortunately, we don't exist on any third-party website, but we can get in touch with us directly. And we offer 10% commission and 10% off bar. So yeah, they will, in terms of your desired residences, you get in touch with the reservation team, and you mentioned that you are an agent from, well, you can quote Travel Bulletin, so they will know what you're talking about. And yeah, we'll just register you as an agent, and happy days.
Okay, and then it's that simple. Okay, well, that's fantastic.
It's that simple.
Yeah, well, that's good. And this is a naughty question. Do you really don't like gyms, do you?
We love them.
I do love the fact that you're actually the second person who's done that and shown it. There's a guy who represents a sort of Cypriot hotel group, and he sort of highlights his gym on his presentation and goes, never seen anyone in there, almost exactly like you did there as well.
So I mean, we've spent I was in Cheval 3 Keys yesterday, and the general manager turned around and said, oh look, we've just spent £40,000 on all these brand new equipment, and I was like, yeah, that's great, nobody goes in there.
Yes, I know. You're supposed to be having a nice break. Why torture yourself? But anyway,
you're right.
Thank you very much again, Nisa. Thank you for your presentation. Also, can you now tell us what your prize is and give us your question?
So, well, you would have heard me talking about our newest addition to in Dubai, Cheval Maison. I just need you to tell me when and where in Dubai we're opening our Cheval Maison brand. And the price is a 2-night stay at any Cheval residences.
When you say any, you mean in London or Edinburgh?
London or Edinburgh, yes.
Before your heart starts to pound too fast. Right, okay. Excellent. So just to recap, name the newest destination in the Cheval property portfolio, basically, and opening and what have you. And it's a 2-night stay at any of the Cheval residents in London or Edinburgh. For anyone who's not sure, because we've got a couple of things coming over the chat on this, if you're not sure how to enter the competition, you have to do it after the webinar, and it's on our website on travelbulletin.co.uk webinar competition. Thank you again, Tanisa. I will see you again in 10 or 12 minutes time once Peter's done his presentation.
Thanks, Simon.
Thank you. Okay, right. Super stuff. Last but by no means least, we have an update from the beautiful island of Malta. The beautiful island of Malta via our wonderful by their wonderful trade trainer, Peter Green. Are you happy, Bunny, Peter?
Well, I mean, I'm better now that I've had that compliment off of you, hasn't it? You know, that's made my day. Wow. Thanks.
Yes,
I'm
well,
going to be flustered the next roadshow, Simon.
If Peter gets distracted at all while he's presenting, it'll be because he's in constant contact with his potential new girlfriend. But anyway, we'll go into that at a later date.
You had to drop that in there, Simon, didn't you?
I did have to drop that. Wow. I hope I will leave you in peace to do your presentation.
Oh God. Right. Sorry about that. Now that Simon's completely dubbed me in and put my my love life out to travel bulletin, you should be able to see my screen now. So yeah, I'm just going to run through some of the reasons why Malta is a luxury destination and potentially some things that you might not have thought about before when it comes to Malta. So in terms of like the places to stay, these are just some of the general areas that you can stay, but the reasons for the luxury market that they're slightly different, you'll see as I'm kind of talking through them. So Valletta is the capital, it's our major city, but the accommodations that you have in Valletta, we call them palazzos. Palazzos are these 16th and 17th century sort of boutique townhouses that have been converted into hotels. And the great thing about them is you can stay in them for as long as you want. Obviously, you can do a full week there, but it's a great option for maybe a couple of nights for those that want to kind of, go out and explore Valletta and then move on to somewhere else. And they all have a sort of theme behind them in keeping with the reason of the buildings. For example, Valletta, there's one called the Raselli. Raselli was the tailor for the Knights of St. John back in the 1500s. So when you walk in, everything's tailor themed. So it's very in keeping with the heritage. In Sleeman, St. Julian's, you'll find your Marriotts, your Radissons, your Hyatts, all the high-end kind of hotels that you would expect to find in a bustling resort. In Mdina, we have another palazzo, which is called the Jara Palace. It's this beautiful 15th century house that you can stay in. And then over on Gozo with the villa products, you've got these large contemporary villas that you can offer as a twin or a multi-center. And then alongside that, you've then also got your other city break aspects, the three cities. And here you're going to find a really lovely boutique property called the Cugo Gran Macina. And it is a stunning hotel, 21 rooms, boutique property in a 500-year-old bastion fortress. And I'm just going to take you through some of the hotels. So here you can see the Phoenicia Hotel. It's where the Queen used to go dancing when she used to live on the island. So you can see the infinity pool overlooking the harbour, the new spa area that they've got in there, and the lovely atrium. We've got the Malta Marriott, one of my favourite properties probably on the island. Beautiful, stunning views out over Baluta Bay. It's a refurbishment from a few years back, and they put 30 million euros into it, and it's got a brand new pool area opening this year as well. So it's now got an adult only rooftop pool and then a sort of larger sort of family pool as well for that family market, if that's what they're looking at too. Here is a couple of pictures of the Hyatt. So you can see the Hyatt Regency in St. Julian's, rooftop pool, stunning views right out over the Mediterranean, and large rooms as well. And this is one of the other properties that you'll find. It's called the Iniala Harbour House. It's a beautiful boutique property with views right out over the Grand Harbour and over to the three cities. And the room you can see on the left there is actually their penthouse suite, which comes with its own, it's got two balconies. On each balcony, they've got hot tubs on there as well. So again, very much for those high-end customers who are looking for something unique. And here we have the Domus Zamatello, again, another palazzo. You can see very in keeping with the townhouse vibe, found right in the gates of Valletta itself. And these are just some of the options for the villa properties. The top left picture, yes, it's a bit more sort of like traditional farmhouse, but you can see again, even in the other pictures, we kind of go through into that more modern and more contemporary villa properties. The top right one's actually where my director stayed on her own holiday as well. And moving into something that we're very proud of is our gastronomy scene. You'll have heard me harking on about this so much, but as the son of a chef, I absolutely love it. We have five Michelin star restaurants, five Michelin star restaurants. 3 of them are in Valletta, 1 is in a hotel in Attar, and the other one is in Mdina next to that palazzo. So again, if you've got customers staying in the Jara Palace, they can go up and eat in Dimondion and have views out over the whole island. And there's also 30 Michelin plates. These are recognized Michelin restaurants around the island. So you can eat in sort of Michelin guide on my list. I'm ticking my way through it, and I'm tell you what, I've not had a bad meal at all, which you would expect from a Michelin guide. So as you can go through it, you can see we've got a mixture of kind of the seafood with your octopi, you've got the fish, you've got this pastas, you've got the, you know, platters across the board. We kind of have our own Gozitin platters in there as well. Obviously vegan and vegetarian food, massively popular, but it also goes hand in hand with our wine tourism. So you can have indigenous wine. We have 2 indigenous wines that don't exist anywhere else in the world, the Gargantina and Jalusa. One's a red, one's a white. And you can have that while sampling your Michelin star meal. And then alongside that, we don't really export our wine because the production level is low. So it's a real USP for your customers that they can have Michelin star food with Maltese wine out in Malta. You can go to the vineyards and taste them. So on the left there, we have Tabetta with the view the sunsets in the background. It's stunning. And then on the right, we have Marcus de Vinis that you can do as well. And moving into just some of the events that your customers can do from a luxury kind of end, we have the Pageant of the Seas, which is a regatta that takes place over the Grand Harbour. You can see Fort St. Angelo in the background there. We've just had our Winter Carnival in literally the weekend just passed. So something like 12,000 people descended on the island of Gozo, even though it's only got a population of 10,000, it's ridiculous. And we have this massive parades and celebrations. We have the oldest working theatre in the Commonwealth, Manuel Theatre. You can see on the right there, opened in 1642, and it hasn't closed since. So you can go in there to catch a play, go and see our own Maltese Symphony Orchestra. We're going to have the BBC Symphony Orchestra out there later this year as well. We have our fireworks festival, our international fireworks festival held every April. We're so good at fireworks that we tried to enter a competition and they told us no because we kept winning. That's how good we are at fireworks. And honestly, the amount of fireworks that I've seen out in Malta, it drops my jaw every single time. And the last one that I kind of really love touching on is what we call festas or feast days. And this is a great way to really mingle with the host population. So we obviously have St. David's Day, St. Andrew's Day, St. George's Day, those kind of things. Every town city has a patron saint in Malta, and during these feast days they shut down the streets, they have parties, they have processions, they have, you know, live performers, they have dancers, they have the local brass bands come out, they carry statues of Mary down the street, etc., and the whole town comes together. And it's a great way to really, as I say, go in with the host population. To give you an example, in August alone we have 42 festas just in August, in a 31-day month. So you can always find a festa during the summer. That was a whistle-stop tour of Malta. There is more that I can go into, but I know that I'll get the proverbial hook from Simon if I keep chatting any longer. So realistically, I should probably just wrap it up there. But yeah, if you want any more details, my email's there, my phone number is there. You've got the link to our training platform, which I'll send out through Simon as well. So yeah, hopefully, and if I keep talking as well, Simon can't compliment me anymore and tell any more about my love life. So then, you know, I may as well just keep talking for a bit longer. So, you know, thank you very much for your attention and thanks for joining us.
Fantastic, Peter. That was great. Really appreciate that. I've got a couple of quick ones for you, if I can.
Of course.
In terms of the properties that you were showcasing in Valletta, so obviously you've got things like Phoenicia, which was out for a while, then refurbed and done and back open again, and wonderful luxury property, but also the small and the sort of boutique properties. Is there somewhere that agents can find a list or where that, you know, where to look at? Is there somewhere on your site that they can look at for that?
We have a list of them on the Visit Malta website, but it's not a full list in a sense, because we are constantly updating it. I also have a digital copy of our hotel directory, which I can send out, you know, as a kind of like asset for them to use as well. And if they have any more questions, they can just contact me directly and I can give as much information as I can. But yeah, I'll give you a copy of the hotel directory that you can distribute out. And then yeah, there's a link to our website, which I will. I just think that's a
really good thing, because the boutique stuff especially is changing all the time, isn't it? Yes. Some of the properties have only sort of 6 or 8 rooms, don't they?
Yeah,
so
yeah. Well, in Malta, they have to have under 30 rooms in order to be classed as boutique. I don't know if that's across the board or, you know, all the way around, but yeah, so things like the Iniala, the Domus, etc., none of them have more than 30 rooms.
Well, that's great. Thank you for that. I've got one you said about the festas as well.
Yes.
42 in August, I know 31-day month or whatever. What defines a festa? How did it start?
It actually starts back in about the 1400s, and it was basically it was a competition between the different cities and the different towns. It was a case of showing off who can do better, who can have a bigger party. Then it was outlawed for a little bit, and then the Grand Masters and the Knights of St. John brought it back in the 1500s, and it's been ongoing since then. And now it's still a competition. So, for example, when I was there in August, I was in Burgoo in the Three Cities, and at the top of the hill, there's a brass band club. And at the bottom of the hill, there's another band club. And while in the week that I was there, they both had their festas in like opposing weekends. Oh. And it was a case of, this is what we can do, and they showed off for the weekend, and then the week after the other ones were like, right, well, we can do this. And it's just it's friendly competition. Everyone comes together, families are out, kids are out, you know, kids are up until 1 in the morning. You hear some music, fireworks. It's a great little just sort of little party that you don't have to spend much on to go to.
Fantastic. Okay, well, I like it. It sounds as though it's an excuse for jollity, and that's what we like.
Exactly that. So, and we've timed that well, because I'm literally just getting messages at the same time. So
well, I will leave you to that. But before you go anywhere, tell us about your prize and also your question that you'd like to pose.
Of course. So the prize is a Maltese goodie bag. We love giving these away, but it's a slightly expanded one because we have just had new stock come in as well, which is very exciting. So it'll be sort of things like candles, bottle of wine. So if you were listening, you can't get that in the UK. Things of sort of Maltese preserves and Gozziton sea salt and cooking oil and little cookbooks and a full whack, a range of variety of things. So yeah, a very nice box to have as a hamper. And the question, I forgot which question I sent through you guys, but I'm pretty sure it's this one, is how many Michelin star restaurants do we have in Malta?
Absolutely perfect. Yes. How many Michelin star restaurants are there in Malta? And the prize is a wonderful Malta goodie bag. Again, just a reminder, do go to the website travelbulletin.co.uk/webinar competition. Okay, so we are nearing the end of our webinar today. As always, if you need a recap on any of today's training, you will be able to watch the recorded version. We're taking out any bits of me being naughty tomorrow morning on our website, and it'll be on our Facebook page and on YouTube as well. I'm sure you'll agree you've been treated to some brilliant training today. I'd like to give a big round of thanks to all of our partners. If they can now appear on screen, if everyone can rejoin us, if you're able to. So thank you in quick format to Steve, to Elenia, to Penny, to Nisa, and very much to Peter as well. Thank you to everyone. If you can give everyone a big wave goodbye, and we'll see you all next time. Thanks, guys. See you soon.